Hey, give me 30 seconds. In Hampton Roads, something flips at day 14, either the buyer's leverage or the seller's net. Miss that window and you'll feel it in your pockets. In the next few minutes, I'll show city by city where a seller paid buy down beats a price cut, how sellers use small credits to keep their final net higher, and exactly how to negotiate this fall. Hi, I'm Carrie Tanner, realtor with @Coastal Realty. Every week, military families and local buyers and sellers are asking one of two questions. Is now the right time, and how do I start? Today, I'm giving you the data, the context behind the data, and the exact plays that are working right now in today's market. I'll also uncover current mortgage rates and the economic factors shaping the next 60 to 90 days, because your plan should be informed, not improvised. Now, let's start with Hampton Roads as a whole. The median sales price across the region is $359,000. That's up 7.2% from last year and up 1.1% from last month. Homes are taking 21 days on average to go under contract, which is 16.7% slower from last year and also up 16.7% from last month. Sellers, you're still receiving 99.5% of list price on average. Now that's down 0.3% from last year and down 0.1% from last month. The month supply of inventory is 2.6 months, which is up 15.5% year over year and up 10.2% month over month. Now, here's what this all means in plain English. We are still in a seller's market because the true balance is typically 5 to 6 months of inventory. Buyers do have more breathing room than they did a year ago. For buyers, slightly longer market times and rising supplies creates more negotiation windows, especially on homes that drift past day 14. For sellers, price growth is intact and you're still netting around full asking price on average. But presentation and a sharp week 1 launch matters more than ever. If you're a buyer thinking if days on market are rising, maybe I should wait until prices fall, the smarter play is to use the extra time to negotiate rate buy downs and closing costs. A well-structured 2-1 buy down or permanent buy down can be worth more than chasing a theoretical price dip later. Now, if you're a seller thinking days on market are up, should I price high to leave room for negotiations? The answer is no. Strategic pricing at market with top-tier presentation pulls more traffic in week 1, and it protects your final net better than starting high and chasing price reductions. Now, let's move into Virginia Beach. The median sales price is $400,000. That's up 2.6% from last year and down 1.2% from last month. Average days on market are 15 days, which is 7.1% higher year over year, but 11.8% faster than last month. Sellers are receiving 99.8% of list price. That's down 0.4% from last year and up 0.1% from last month. Supply sits at 1.9 months. That's up 6.2% year over year and up 10.1% month over month. Virginia Beach remains tight. Even with that small month-to-month price dip, sub-2-month supply of inventory is competitive. For buyers, the move is to target homes that cross that 10 to 14 day timeline and pair the offer with a seller credit for a rate buy down to win on monthly payments. For sellers, focus on pre-listing prep, professional visuals, and a high-impact first weekend to capture urgency. If you're a buyer saying, if Virginia Beach is so competitive, I'll never win, you win with certainty. A fully underwritten pre-approval, flexible close date, and a limited appraisal gap paired with a seller paid buy down makes your offer the safe choice. If you're a seller saying prices dipped month over month, maybe I should wait, remember that month to month wiggles are just noise. With under 2 months of supply, you can still sell strong now, and if you're moving locally, you can often buy with leverage. Now, let's talk Norfolk. The median sales price is $329,000. That's up 6.8% year over year and down 1.8% month over month. The average days on market are 22 days. That's up 29.4% from last year and up 22% from last month. The list price to sales price ratio is 99.3%. That's down 1% from last year and down 0.4% from last month. The month supply of inventory is 2.7 months. That's up 33.8% year over year and up 2.8% month over month. Norfolk is where buyer leverage is clearly improving. For buyers, look for price-reduced listings and anything past that 15-day mark. That's where inspection credits, closing cost help, and buydowns are most attainable. For sellers, lean into staging, decluttering, lighting, curb appeal, and professional visual, and price at market value to pull in week one traffic. If you're a buyer worrying, what if prices keep slipping? Secure that home that fits your life and negotiate the financing. If rates drop later, you can refinance. And if rates rise, you've locked in a win. If you're a seller thinking, are buyers just lowballing now? Pre-listing inspections, receipts for recent repairs, and targeted pricing shrinks lowballs and protects your net. Chesapeake is next. The median sales price is a little below $422,000. That's up 5.5% year over year and up 1.7% month over month. The average days on market are 20 days, up 5.3% from last year and up 25% from last month. The list price to sales price ratio is 99.9%, down 0.1% year over year and down 0.3% month over month. The month supply of inventory is 2.5 months. That's up 12.2% year over year and up 15.3% from last month. Chesapeake remains price resilient with just a bit more runway for buyers. For buyers, zero in on move-in ready homes that cross that 10-day window and negotiate closing costs, a home warranty, and a targeted rate buydown. For sellers, you can still aim near 100% of asking with tight pricing and an A-plus presentation. If you're a buyer thinking Chesapeake prices stretch our budget, we will shop the payment, not just the price, by pairing targeted neighborhoods with the seller credits and the right lender programs to keep your monthly payments just where you need them. If you're a seller wondering, days on market are up. Are buyers losing interest? It's more about seasonality and selection. Address easy cosmetic updates and launch on a Thursday to maximize showings Friday through Sunday. Now, Suffolk is closest to the balance. The median sales price is a little under $367,000. That's up 10.1% annually and down 3.8% from last month. The average days on market are 35 days. That's up 25% year over year and up 20.7% month over month. The list price to sales price ratio is 98.6%. That's down 0.4% year over year and down 0.6% month over month. The month supply of inventory is 4.1 months. That's up 22.6% annually and up 5.4% monthly. For buyers, the longer market times here translate into real room for repairs, closing cost help, and buy down. For sellers, price to the comps and knock out the light updates, fixtures, paint, landscaping for a strong ROI. If you're a buyer worried about buying at the top, remember that 4.1 month supply with rising days on market is exactly where you buy value through terms. Your monthly payment matters more than your headline price. If you're a seller considering waiting until spring, don't delay if life is calling you to move. Front load prep, price sharp, and use incentives like a 2-1 buydown to keep your net strong. Portsmouth shows how entry-level affordability creates its own heat. The median sales price is $260,000. That's down 1.9% year over year and down 3.7% month over month. The average days on market are 19 days, which is 15.9% faster than last year, but up 11.9% from last month. The list price to sales price ratio is 100.8%, up 2.4% from last year, but down 1.8% from last month. Supply is at 2.9 months. That's up 14.3% year over year and up 14.9% month over month. For buyers, get fully underwritten. Target homes under $300,000 and be ready to move quickly on the right house. For sellers, if you price right and present well, you can still outperform asking in the first weekend. Remember, the best homes still sell over asking. We'll hunt for overlooked listings and move decisively once they cross day 10. If you're a seller asking, why would I offer concessions if buyers are competing? You might not need to, but small, targeted credits can widen your buyer pool and lift your final net by increasing the number of offers. Now, in Isle of Wight County, the median sales price is $450,000. That's up 12.5% year over year and down 4.3% month over month. The average days on market are 29 days. That's down 6.6% from last year and up 16.3% from last month. The list price to sales price ratio is 98.2%. That's down 0.7% year over year and down 2% month over month. Supply is 3.1 months. That's up 14% from last year and up 32.3% from last month. This is a negotiable market where condition, lot size, and commute clearly matter. Buyers should use appraisal and inspection strategy to secure concessions on homes that move past day 21. Sellers should highlight acreage, school access, and commute times and price into the demand band rather than above it. If you're a buyer uneasy about rural resale, we'll focus on commuter-friendly pockets with steady turnover and modern builds that maintain broad appeal. If you're a seller worried that a sub 100 list to sales ratio means that you're giving up too much, remember, the goal is total net. Smart pricing paired with small credits that lower buyer payment can keep your net higher than overpricing and sitting. Hampton is a mixed but workable picture. The median sales price is $295,000. That's up 5.4% year over year and up 3.5% month over month. The average days on market are 25 days. That's up 44.1% from last year and up 4.3% from last month. The list price to sales price ratio is 99.5% year over year and down 0.4% month over month. Supply is at 2.6 months. That's down 4.8% annually, but up 6.5% month over month. For buyers, anything that crosses day 14 is ripe for closing cost assistance and repair credits, which is especially helpful for VA buyers. For sellers, emphasize move-in readiness and tighten price to gather traffic and protect your net. If you're a buyer thinking if days are up, I'll just lowball. Clean, strategic offers with seller-paid buydowns usually lower your payment more than a risky low price. If you're a seller asking, do I need a price cut? Often the answer is no. Start with condition, upgrades, and a credit structure before you touch the price. Now, Newport news rounds us out. The median sales price is $306,000. That's up 7.6% year over year and up 1.2% month over month. The average days on market are 24 days. That's up 9.1% year over year and up 26.3% month over month. The list to sales price ratio is 98.8%, down 1.1% from last year and down 0.1% from last month. The month supply of inventory is at 2.6 months. That's up 45% year over year and up 7% month over month. Demand is steady with more options than last year, which is great for move-up buyers trading out of condos or townhomes. Buyers can leverage a strong sale on their current home and negotiate credits on newer Suffolk or Newport news inventory. Sellers can still sell near asking if pricing and prep are on point. If you're a buyer thinking more inventory means that I can wait, the best homes still move quickly. We'll use instant alerts, same-day showings, and fully underwritten approvals to win the right one. If you're a seller worried that a list to sales price ratio under 99% invites nitpicking, a pre-list inspection and repair receipts on the counter calm concerns and shrink end of negotiation discounts. Now, let's hit mortgage rates and the macro picture because this is what will steer affordability in Q4. As of today, the Mortgage News Daily Survey shows that the average 30-year fixed at about 6.29%, essentially flat on the day and hovering near an 11-month low. That's the middle of the recent range, and it keeps payments sensitive to small day-to-day moves. The next Federal Reserve meetings runs September 16th to September 17th, and it's one of the major catalysts for rates this month. Markets will be watching the statement and the press conference closely. The next inflation print, the August Consumer Price Index, drops on September 11th, and it can nudge mortgage rates in either direction in the short run. Nationally, existing homes inventory in July was roughly 1.5 million units, equal to 4.6 months of supply. That's a meaningful improvement compared to last year and much closer to balance than we saw in 2023. New home supply sat near 9.2 months in July, which is why builder incentives and rate buydowns remain a powerful tool in many communities across the country. Builder confidence remains relatively low, and the NAHB HMI printed in the low 30s in August. So many builders are still leaning into buydowns and closing costs to help move inventory. The labor market is also a factor this fall. The August job reports showed payrolls up only about 22,000 and at an unemployment rate of 4.3%. That softer backdrop can ease rate pressure if inflation cooperates. Quick question before I summarize. If you're moving here this fall, how are you going to choose a neighborhood that fits your commute, your BAH budget, and your lifestyle without overpaying in a shifting market? That's exactly why I built my Hampton Roads Relocation and Buyer Strategy Guide. It shows the negotiation plays I'm using right now. Grab it on my website using the link below. And if you want help tailoring a plan, there's also a link to book a quick 15-minute call. Here's the regional summary in practical terms. Prices are up year over year across the region, with modest month-to-month wiggles. That's resilience, not a slide. Time on market is up, which gives buyers more room to negotiate and tells sellers to win week one with preparation and sharp, accurate pricing. Supply is rising towards balance in a few submarkets like Suffolk, but most cities are still in a seller's market. Rates are hovering in the mid-sixes with a slight downward bias if upcoming inflation data cools and the Fed trims policy rates. Inventory is better than last year, but the best homes still move fast. For buyers, the highest value play is to target homes that push past that day 10 to 14 day mark and ask for strategic concessions that directly lower your payments. New construction with builder incentives can also be a powerful option, especially when a builder will buy down your rate below what the resale market can deliver. For sellers, you still hold the edge if you're priced at market and deliver move-in ready condition. Smart incentives like a limited closing credit or targeted buydown can widen your buyer pool and defend your final net. And one important reminder, conditions vary by neighborhood. Always use public resources like city data, niche.com, or SpotCrime to research an area that fits your needs and lean on a trusted local advisor to interpret the data in context. Let me finish with the exact next steps I recommend. If you're buying, let's align your budget with your ideal monthly payment and then design the offer terms to hit that payment. If rates fall later, you can always refinance, but if they rise, lucky you, you've locked in a better cost of money. If you're selling, let's build a disciplined week one launch plan that includes pre-list touch-ups, professional media, a compelling price, and if needed, a small seller credit to buy down to widen the buyer pool and keep your net high. This market rewards strategy, not guessing. If you're thinking about buying or selling and have questions or would like to come up with a roadmap specific to your specific needs and situation, book a 15-minute call so we can come up with a plan tailored to you and your specific needs. Whether you're buying, selling, or both, I'll build a custom game plan so you can move confidently this fall. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out these videos because YouTube thinks you'll like them.